Okay, so now we're live on Facebook.
All right, cool.
So,
You want to start?
hello everyone. My name is Rose Simpson. I'm a librarian at the New Haven Free Public Library, and we have here today Nadine Nelson, our creative in residence, who is going to be showing us how to make chutney and gifts from the pantry. So, Nadine, would you like to tell us about what you're making today?
Hi. Yes, I'm Nadine Nelson. I am the owner, artist, educator of Global Local Gourmet Interactive Culinary Education Company, and I'm happy to be the creative in residence this year for the New Haven Public Library. We are making chutney, and chutney is a savory and sweet condiment, and it's debatable whether it comes from India, whether it comes from England. Um, but it is a great condiment that you can eat with cheese, you can eat with grilled meat, you can eat with potatoes. Now is latke season with Hanukkah. Happy
Mm-hmm.
Hanukkah if anyone celebrates. And so you can use apple chutney, especially on latkes with sour cream. It's a really great alternative to sour cream and smoked salmon, which is traditional, and
Or
caviar.
applesauce, which is also traditional. It's
Exactly.
basically a variant of applesauce, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so I will tell you a little bit about how I came to be making chutney like this and teaching people how to make chutney. But I want everyone to basically get started so you can be semi-finished maybe by the end. Um, and so I have a batch of apple chutney going on right here. I'm going to be making some cranberry chutney also. So if you have leftover cranberries from Thanksgiving, and even if you have um, cranberry sauce, you can chop up some onion and stuff like that and put it in there to kind of make a chutney. So a chutney is produce, so it can be vegetable or fruit. Traditionally, it's more fruit, but a lot of vegetables are fruits because fruits are anything that has a seed in there. So um, many things that we eat as vegetables are fruit. So you can make chutneys out of apples, pears, peaches, cherries, strawberries, many different things. Um, it usually has an acid, which is usually vinegar, sugar, and then you have different spices that you can add to it, and different herbs if you'd like to add. And so it's a way of preserving produce. And so I'm just going to ask you to follow the recipe and do a rough chop of your apples, have everything, put it into your pot. So can you get that? And so, um, and on a light boil. So if you set it boiling, see use a rough right. So right now I am chopping red onion for the cranberry because I want the cranberry chutney to be red on red on red. And so when you're chopping an onion, you go down vertically, and depending on how big you want your onion, depends on how big the slices are in between. And so you don't want it too big. You want the onion to break down and to meld with all the other ingredients. And so then you also go down horizontally. And this is on an onion that has been cut in half. So I would treat you because you have to put this in your apple chutney for ginger to use a spoon. The spoon only takes off a little bit of your ginger, and then you smash it for the little piece that you need. You can also eat the ginger skin if you like to, especially if it is organic. So this fruit has been donated from Haven's Harvest, which captures food that might otherwise go into the compost or a landfill. and it redistributes that food to people in need. So they get food from places like Yale or Quinnipiac, but then they also get food from Trader Joe's and other places like that, and also the food bank, and they redistribute it at sites throughout the greater New Haven area. Wonderful partner. I like to showcase them. And some of your apples you might see that are bruised, and they just have a little bit of bruising on there. You just cut around the bruising and you throw it away. There's no need to not the apple or not use it. You won't want to eat it perhaps fresh, but you can make something like chutney or apple pie or applesauce or apple butter. Use it for a smoothie or apple cake, something like that. Right. So how I got into making chutney, like I'm Jamaican, so I grew up eating mango chutney. But showing people how to make it, it's like I lived in Boston for 23 years. And in Boston, they have all these fruit forests all around the city. And I'm going to update the recipe to have that information for you. But there's an organization called Fallen Fruit, and it shows maps all around the world, places that they're public orchards where you can go pick fruit for free. So in Boston, there's these apples called the Roxbury russet apples. They're heirloom apples, and they're not very attractive because they're organic. And you know, when something is organic, it's not everything is not going to look uniform. A lot of the vegetables, the fruits, and things that we eat today, they are bred for uniformity. And so, with tomato looking a certain way and tasting a certain way, but many of our fruits and vegetables, originally they're not, you know, like they're supposed to not look beautiful, what we think of as beautiful. And so Roxbury russet orchards are all over Boston, and a lot of people, because they look like kind of like crab apples, they look like you can't eat them, they just go to waste. And so I came up with this art intervention to show people about the public orchards and to bring them to the public orchards to pick fruit, and then we weigh the fruit to quantify how much we're saving from a compost or landfill. And then we would donate the fruit to an organization called Haley House, which dealt with, they have a soup kitchen, but then they also have a bakery where they deal with formerly incarcerated people to be able to learn skills, to be able to bake and cook. And so we give them the excess fruit, and then other people can take how much fruit they wanted for themselves. And so I love more savory things than sweet things. And so like I love apple pie, but I can only have like one slice. So I came up with the idea to show people chutney, which a lot of people in America have never had before, to be able to show people how they can the bounty, because the chutney can stay in the fridge, wrong pot. The chutney can stay in the fridge for, you know, at least 3 weeks or more if it's in the back, especially. And if you can it, and we have the canning process for sheet, then it can stay for months and months and months. Sugar in the back here is cranberries. There's red onion, ginger. There is vinegar, and I'm going to use 2 ounces of apple juice that I didn't use in the apple chutney and the cranberry chutney. All right, so here, where are people at on their chutney? And then also, have people ever eaten chutney before or made chutney before?
This is Julia. I've definitely eaten chutney quite a bit. I've actually never made chutney. So this is a first.
And then Julia, you're Italian,
Yeah.
and has something called in Italy called mostarda.
Can you repeat what it is
And
again?
so that's another way that you can use
Yeah.
sugar and then vegetables or fruit. And that's a nice way to use your excess also on a cheese plate and as a condiment. I love condiments.
Yeah.
Especially
We have a
when
comment
I'm
on
like,
Facebook. Someone said, yes, I made tomato chutney. That's Celeste from the library.
okay,
Oh,
great. Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. With the excess tomatoes from your garden. And those people, if you have green tomatoes, because a lot of people don't know what to do with green tomatoes other than fry them, you can make green tomato chutney. It's really good.
I love fried green tomatoes, though.
I know, but we have so many green tomatoes. That's a lot of fried green.
yeah.
So I was going to show our people, does everyone have their chutney inside the pot start boiling or no? You have to talk to me, people.
Oh,
There.
Dicing our last
I'm
apple.
still talking.
And Celeste said she made the tomato chutney with tomatoes from her garden.
Right. And Celeste, you want to see like what do you put in your tomato chutney? Do you put ginger? Do you put curry? How do you season it?
Oh, 1 cup apple juice. Okay.
In my tomato chutney, I put ginger. I often curry. I like to put cloves, star anise sometimes. And then depending on what herbs one has, like I like tarragon because it has that kind of licorice taste. So I put that in my chutney. I often make my chutneys more Caribbean and Indian flavored, but you can go with the direction that you want. Like for this cranberry, I think I'm going to put some chipotle pepper or ancho chili. Give it a little bit of bite and a little bit of a different dimension.
I actually have Chipotle.
So okay, so I have all of that going right now, and then I'm going to show you how to make some spice mixes and then some other things. So what is helpful for me is if you guys are, when I ask you questions, that you're interactive, because it is more interesting. So how to be able to meet your needs and get your
Didn't hear
questions.
most of what you just said. It's kind of hard to hear you when you're like away from the camera.
I'm sorry. So I just said, if people can talk to me, so when I ask you questions, so I can understand and better serve your needs.
So right now I have all the well, not all the apples, all but 2 apples and onions. And then I put my my apple juice and my cider in, and I'm just gonna finish up the other 2 apples and I should be ready to go.
Yeah, you can start boiling it now and then just add the
I
other
can
2
even
apples.
start boiling it down right now.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you don't
cool.
have to wait till everything's all done. As long as you have the liquid in there.
Oh yeah, it does. It says you can add it while you're dicing.
Well, I'm telling you that, Julia.
And you're telling me. You're just, yeah, you're confirming, reconfirming.
Yes.
That's what we need,
So-
more reconfirming.
So I wanted to show people can you wait 1 minute, please?
we can even add the spices now, eh? I'm gonna put my ginger in.
All right. Other stuff though.
All right, where's my little spoon?
So I have these little baggies. So if you're making spice mixes, so you could do something like small ones and little containers that I got. Oh, I see them. One moment. So you can repurpose something that you got already, and then you can do a whole bunch of little bags of these because a lot of people in America don't like spice. And so you're introducing to them. So you might not want to make a big thing like this, or you can,
Okay.
you might repurpose. I have everything bagel that I will take off all of this. You can use small mason jars. But depending on your audience, you might not want to do a 4-ounce or 6-ounce kind of glass. These little baggies are a nice way to introduce them, and they're really cute inside of something like this. Some tissue paper and stuff like that.
So the sugar and the ginger and everything, we're just putting that right in the pot, right?
That you like. And that is really up to you. I like mine.
Did you say something besides, and that is really up to you?
Yeah, that's up to you. I said I don't really like it smooth, so I like my chutney really chunky.
Yeah, I also like my chutney chunky. Because the texture, I feel like, is just important as the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, my chutney's almost done. I'm going to show you in a second. But I am just chopping up a little bit more because it's going to go on crackers and bread.
Oh my gosh.
And you don't want it to be too big. Show them. All right, so here I have different spices. And then I have a whole list of different spice mixes. So I always tell people I'm a freestyle cook. So the recipes are really for you. And you can follow the recipe to the T if that's what you want to do. But when I'm making my spice mixes, I don't do that. I just really freestyle it. So I want to show you how easy that is to do a bunch of different ones. And so spice mixes are a really good way to explore a different culture in a culinary way.
Mm-hmm.
And to change up your meals really easily. And so we're gonna look at a pantry and the cultural pantry of a particular culture. That's how you just make the base of your spice mix. You don't even really need. Some of you might need the I gave you, but if you're familiar with different cultures and what's in their pantry, you can come up with your own spice mixes. And I would just say, watch out for salt. Watch out for salt and pepper. What is that? I would say, watch out for salt and pepper. My daughter is playing with a different, you can't get me now?
Oh, a different view.
Yeah. All right, so here's, you see the chutney?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna turn it off right now,
Oh, look at that.
right? And then it will thicken up even more as it cools, all right? It's gonna have some really big pieces because I'm mashing it before. I put a little of curry in there, I didn't put a lot. And in the back is the cranberry. Cranberry will probably take a little bit longer.
Oopsie.
So the time period is an approximation, as I put in regard to how do you like your chutney and its thickness. I will plate it in a second. I'm just gonna and thicken it up. If you taste it and it has too much vinegar for you, put more sugar. I actually didn't put any salt in here. I'll put just a little dash of salt. But that's the chutney all day. All right. So I'm going to show you guys different spice mixes. So I'm going to just pick up the spice mixes. I'm going to do onion powder.
Oh, I have onion powder. Woohoo!
Yeah, so these are just, I'm making spice mixes with stuff that you would have in your house. So onion powder. I'm going to do like kind of like lemon. I have lemon pepper right here, onion powder. I'm not going to put any salt because lemon pepper usually has salt in there. I'm going to put some parsley. I'm going to put some paprika. I love paprika. You can put regular sweet paprika. And then do smoky. I love smoky paprika. It adds a different dimension to food.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put a little coriander in there, and coriander is like one of my secret spices. It tastes like orange peel.
Tastes like what?
Orange peel.
Ah,
I was going to ask
So-
about that because I really love coriander and I also love cardamom.
So cardamom, you have to use with care.
Not
Like
not
cardamom too. You can't just use it with a band-aid. This is garlic powder. I put some garlic powder in. This is garlic powder. So this would be nice on fish. And then you can also add, if you want like some thyme, some dried thyme. And I think I do have it, but I'm not going to look inside the cabinet right now.
it's a little hard to understand you right
Oh.
now.
Can you understand me better now?
Yes.
All right. So, oh. Oh. Can you see? Yeah.
Yep.
So
I think both your cameras are muted now.
So this is a nice gift. And then also in that little box that I showed you, you can put recipe cards inside there also. So this you can do test tubes. You could do small mason jars, 4 ounces and below. There's many different ways in which you can showcase your spices. So I'm going to do another one. So that was a fish inspired one. So a lot of people like curries. Right here. Okay. You like curry, and so curry is turmeric. There's turmeric right here. I'm gonna make a Caribbean style curry. A little bit of cinnamon. And Caribbean style being spices that are indigenous to the Caribbean. And so Grenada is called the Spice Island, for instance. And so they have cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, and those are things I'm putting in there. Putting a little bit of coriander, a secret spice. If you always want to make a quick curry, you can use madras powder and or garam masala and turmeric. You can use pumpkin spice and turmeric. Those have a variety of spices in curry. Curry, something that is particular to each family. No curry is the same. So you can make your own spice in your curry. Like I got these spices between dollar store and Walmart. And I do that because they're that people normally go. I buy my regular spices at other places, but I wanted to show people that with $10 worth of spices, you can make your own whole variety of mixes that usually would cost $5 or more for something this small. So here's a little bit more chart because I like my curry to have a lot of yellow flavor. If you want, you can put some paprika. Paprika is just ground red pepper.
Your video is lagging. It seems to have frozen a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Here. Why? Okay, it's there. Yep.
Yep, now we can see it.
All right, great. Hmm? Sorry, guys. Okay, and then is there another culture that anyone wants me to do? Another spice mix before I show you guys how to package some of this stuff and also how to make things, some other things in jars.
And if anyone comments on Facebook, I can read that off as well.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. That cranberry chutney looks yummy.
It does.
Yeah, and so those cranberries were 69 cents a bag. So I got 2 bags. And I love the chutney on turkey, on chicken. Really nice, like with grilled chicken and a way that doesn't have a lot of calories.
Mm.
So, all right, I'm going to make one more. I'm going to use honey powder. Onion free. ground ginger. I'm gonna make kind of like a Thai style. So there's ginger, a little coriander. A little garlic powder. And then I would put sesame seeds, which are in the cupboard, so I'm not going to open up now. And oh, a little bit of ground star anise. If you don't have that, you can put cloves. Oh, I wanted to put some. If you're doing a stir fry, like some satay, or you want to use this as actually part of your peanut sauce, you could also meatballs, peanut sauce, add this as you're seasoning meatballs. It smells really good. The ground ginger.
Too bad you can't transmit smells through the camera.
I know. It smells like the ginger and the coriander together. It smells really good. So this is the chutney. It's very hot now, and it will come together even more. But I did want to show you how you can serve it. There's sliced these little smokies that people really like. There's brie and there's cheese. And so I love my chutney with cheese and our charcuterie platter. I think it's really good. And along with the apple chutney, the cranberry chutney on it too. You can have mustard, you can have olives, you can have pickled onions. My daughter's saying that I have to eat something.
And if you're doing a cooking show, you have to taste what you're making.
I know. I know. So, have you guys ever gotten brownies in a jar?
I once had someone who gave me a chocolate chip oatmeal cookies in a jar, all the dry ingredients with a recipe tied on with a ribbon.
You like it? Rose, did you like it?
Yeah. Took me a while to get around to making it, but it worked out very well. And it lasted quite a long time because it was all dry ingredients with nothing wet. So I forgot about it for a year. It was still good.
Yeah. And what's great about it is that a lot of people don't make homemade desserts for themselves. I know that that's one of the things that I'm not a baker because you have to be very precise. Hence, I'm looking at my phone right now to make sure I do this correctly. All right, so I'm going to make chocolate chip cookies in a jar. So you're going to use 1.5 cups flour. I'm going to do the recipe a little bit differently. I have a 1/4 cup here, so.
Well, I have to say this apple chutney is starting to smell really good.
Yes. How's everyone else doing?
Definitely smelling really good. Simmering away.
That's good.
Oh, no, I just had.
And I love that there are multicolored apples because like it's so colorful right now with it being so gray outside. It's really nice to have the colors.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting 3/4 of baking soda.
I've been snapping pictures of my progress.
Oh, good. If you want to share those with us, we might be able to
That's
share
what
them
I
on
want to
Facebook
tell
to show people what
people.
we're making.
They're on my, yeah, I will share that.
Great.
I put them on my own Facebook for now.
Mhm.
I actually got to do a little video of it boiling.
Thank you, Julia. That's what I want to tell people, Rose, if they can put pictures, because I obviously am not doing that right now.
And for this
So-
program, the library put together take and make kits, which had all the ingredients you need for this. So we do different take and make kits every month. So if you have pictures from any of our take and make kits you've ever made, send those to us. We love to see what people are making. For the rest of this month, we're just doing origami because this was a fair bit more involved to put together than usual. But if you want origami paper, come for the next 3 weeks. We'll give you origami.
I haven't posted my pictures yet, but I was just finishing my wall art while my chutney simmers. So.
Nice. Yeah, that was a previous kit.
Right.
All right, so instead of chocolate chip, I have caramel bits. So I'm gonna put half of the caramel bits, and then also 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chip cookies. So I inverted this recipe, and that's what I want to show you, that chocolate chip. But they have these caramel bites that are really good. They have cornstarch bites. They have dark chocolate chip, mint chocolate chip. So you can do a wide variety of things, and then also you can get really nice expensive chocolate too. That makes all the difference in the world. You can use, instead of like walnuts or almonds, you could use macadamia nuts or hazelnuts or pecans. So it's really kind of a recipe that you can change and adapt really easily. And so, yeah. Oh, and then if you don't have, I have pure vanilla powder from Nielsen Massey, and it's great. And so you can just
I didn't know
put
vanilla came in a
some-
powder, just as a like an extract.
Yeah, yeah. You might have to get it online, but it's really great because it intensifies flavor. And so a lot of people don't have vanilla; they don't have real vanilla, and so that is real vanilla. And so you can just sprinkle it on there, and you can see it on the top, and it's simply delicious. It's like the aroma is like amazing. So this is all for chocolate caramel chips. All people have to do now is have an egg, 1 egg and 1 stick of butter, and that's it. And it's a great gift for teachers, for librarians, for your coworkers. I like practical gifts like this because I'm going to be able to use it. Because bath soap, I kind of make my own bath soap where I only like certain things. And so I appreciate something like this because who doesn't want cookies? And if you don't want to make cookies, you can make a bar.
Mhm.
All right, so I'll see if my daughter will come and show you the cranberry chutney. It is nice and thick right now, right there. Um, and come back.
Oh yeah, that looks thick. Ah, now the lighting helps. Now we can see it a little better.
All right.
Ooh.
Smoother, you can cook it down more. I like my condiments
Maybe
nice and chunky.
mash it a bit with a potato masher if you want it broken down a
Yeah.
little more.
Or here, let me see this way. You can just go like this. This is what I did with the apples. You just turn it to the side if you want to. You want to dirty up something else. Right, and then you want to do it. Yeah, the apples have thickened up. Right, so I'm going to show you one last thing, and then I will show you how to decorate some of these things. I have a decadent brownie in a jar recipe there. And I also have a savory coconut curry soup in a jar. So we have red lentils. And I forgot to get from the store, I have some more red lentils, but I'm not going to open them up right now. If you want to mix with those, I have green lentils here too. Brown lentils. So I'm going to mix up green lentils. So this is just a can of coconut milk.
What was that you said?
You give them a can of coconut milk, but if you can find it, I just forgot to get it from the store today. You get there's powdered coconut milk, and then also what I have to do is just put it in a pot and then just boil it so the lentils are done.
Trying to prop the camera up on something?
Yeah, my daughter is trying to prop this stuff up. And so I am trying to find. So I put a little curry inside here. Yeah, I like curry. A lot of people like curry in their lentil soup, though. Put some onion powder. You can put some parsley, cilantro. You can put some cilantro if you want to. Here's some chopped onion. I'm going to put some paprika. And some ground ginger. And I'll put a little bit of, like a piece of clove. If you have a bay leaf, you can put a bay leaf in there. And I have star anise. I'll put 1 star anise in there. I love the star anise. People
They're pretty, but I don't like the taste. I don't like the licorice taste.
Oh, really? I like it a little bit. So here is another gift in a jar.
And if these are anything like the jar of cookies I had, you can attach an index card with a recipe on it, just like tie it on with a ribbon so they know exactly what to do with it.
Mhm.
And so here,
I have one of those in my kitchen right now.
all right. So this piece of fabric is not big enough for this, but obviously we have fabric in there. And tie this around. Luckily, I have some bigger fabric. Holiday fabric upstairs.
Well, you could maybe unscrew the ring, put it on top of the like separate
Yeah, we
flat metal
should.
part, and then screw it the ring on again, and that might hold it on.
Yeah, let's try and do it.
Because those,
Good idea, Rose.
oh no, put the flat part down, then the cloth, and then you can see the cloth. Since those lids have like
Yeah.
two parts to them, so you can do things like this.
Yeah, exactly. Smart.
There we go.
All right. And then you can just tie your ribbon around. And I think that you have like little holes in them. And so you can put pieces of paper on there, either wrapping paper and you can make a design. You can put two on there, but then you can also I know a lot of people do things. So
I can't hear you right now. Anything after
Okay.
you said also, I didn't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So a lot of people keep things, and so like little cards that you have, you can then paste that onto something else. For decoration. I like those little cards that have the holes because you can decorate that, and then someone can put it on their tree.
Mhm.
So the whole idea is not making things go to waste. Looking at what you have in your house, you have a whole bunch of spices you might not have anything, and then you can make some spice mixes and people will appreciate them. I know that my sister-in-laws, like every Christmas, I give them spices and they appreciate it for their daily meal planning. It's something that they don't have to think about. I did not have time to make this one, but I wanted to. Now, this type of candy, and I'll do it, and I'll take a picture, and I'll send it for Rose to put up, and I'll make some other little decorative things too. But you have these type of candies. You can put them on a cookie sheet with a silk pack on there or parchment paper, and put a ring, or you can use Christmas ornaments or holiday ornaments. Crush up the candy in there and then bake it. And you can put a hole and then make ornaments, or you can do it as a round sheet. You can then put brownies or other things on there. So there's lots of ways in which you can make your edible gifts look really cute, inexpensively. Are there any things that people, we have around 5 minutes left, that people want to ask me?
And again, if someone posts questions on Facebook, I can read those off as well. So any final questions or comments, as we have about 5 minutes left for this?
How are people doing with their chutneys? What do they look like?
It's
Hi,
really
Shar.
soft.
We have
So-
two different angles going.
What's the oops. I see your hand. Oh hey, Soleil.
Hi.
I'm trying to clean up some of this mess I made.
Yeah.
But
How's
it looks really good.
it does look
I took a
good?
little yeah, I took a little taste too.
That's good.
All right. Does it taste good?
It does. Now, what if it's like, and when it cooks down more, it's going to be like less like kind of like harsh vinegary. Like, what's a good way to?
Yeah.
I don't want to say
Yeah.
correct it. But like, yeah.
No, yeah. It was the taste was subtle some more, but you can also add a little bit more sugar or some honey if it's not sweet enough to your liking.
All right. I'm going to wait and see because I think I still have like a bunch of time.
Right.
So is this like an additional 45 minutes or?
Oh no, like I mean,
Well, it should be more.
mine took less than an hour. It took like 45 minutes. And so I put on the cranberry right when we were on here. So the cranberry took like 40 minutes too.
I should have gotten some pulled pork.
Yes, that'd be really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be good with a number of pork dishes, wouldn't it?
Pork, turkey. So are people going to make some of these gifts to give away?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't do that because I was doing the chutney, but I like the ideas of like the fact that you could make either a cookie or a brownie mix, or you could put like a bunch of beans and stuff like that and then seal it up.
Because at least people will use it, you know, like when you get to a certain age, you have so many different things. I don't need another scarf, but nor do I need any cookies, but I will eat them.
I'll always eat cookies.
So if you'd like to learn more about my different programs and some holiday cooking classes I will be offering, go to globallocalgourmet.com. This Wednesday, I have Allie Quinlan be on Co-Create, 6:30 to 8:30. You can catch us either on Zoom or on Facebook. I'll be at Make Haven making something, and Allie is a multidisciplinary artist, and they also have a printing press. They do a lot with paper. They're our trained educator and do a lot of really magical things, and I look forward to creating and learning more about them.
And if you enjoyed this Take and Make kit, keep an eye on the library's newsletters. We're going to, Nadine's going to be doing another Take and Make kit next month, which will be announced when we put out a newsletter at the end of the month.
Oh, I have one more question. What's the best way to store the chutney?
Oh, you have to store it inside the fridge. And I would put it at the back of the fridge if you want it to last very long. It will last at least 3 weeks long to a month to 6 weeks, depending on how cold your fridge is. And
Okay.
putting a clean spoon in there every time you use it. Also, if you want it to last longer, we have the directions for canning. And so you can just do the canning process and then it will last for months and months indefinitely.
Yeah, I think it had like, there's canning instructions right here. So short term, just put it in the back of the fridge.
Right.
Got it.
And those canning jars, I bought these at a grocery store. You can also find them at craft stores or online, of course. So if you want to can other things besides this chutney, if you want to make jams or pickles or whatever else, you can can those for long-term storage as well.
Exactly. And hopefully in the spring, like when we get into the spring bounty, I'll show people how to do some pickles and different things then, because I love to forage in the spring.
That's gonna be fun.
Well, happy holidays. Keep it fun and safe, and count your blessings and think about all the things you can be grateful for. I know it's been a hard year for people, but it also can be a time where you come together, sit around.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. This was like a lot of fun.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. And also do it with, other people, your friends. It's a great thing to do together.
Yeah. We had a Zoom dumpling party last month with my gaming friends, and it was like so much fun to learn how to make dumplings.
Oh, what kind of dumplings? There's so many kinds of dumplings.
Well, that's the thing. Because we were on Zoom, we could I made a vegetarian one, somebody else made pork, somebody else made vegan. Mine had like eggs, purple cabbage. Oh, I tasted the chutney. It's really good.
Good.
Great.
Last week's, no, it was this week's Take and Make, or Co-Create, wasn't it, that you did dumplings?
Yeah, I made 3 different types of dumplings. So if you want to be able to see, I made Spam and kimchi. I made a jerk pork and kind of like amaranth callaloo. And then I made smoked tofu and cabbage. And so
and those are the type of dumplings in like wonton wrappers, right?
Right. And so all you have to do is put Jamie Sunwoo and co-create, but you can go back on the library's site and then be able to see.
Yeah, check the library's Facebook page. We have the recording of that.
Oh, I can't believe I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, and Jamie's really cool. Like, she's a Korean American artist, multidisciplinary artist, and she deals a lot with spam and history and her culture. So I wanted to do something inspired by her.
Yeah, I don't think I might store this. I might just eat it all tonight.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't usually jar it unless, like, usually once a year around this time I will, you know, Julia, I give it out, or sometimes I do sell it. However, it doesn't last long, especially during the holiday season. So my daughter, I think, is saying that I have to wrap it up.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Nadine, for hosting this.
Yes, and if you have any questions, you can always reach me at nadine.nelson@gmail.com or through the library if you want to set up a meeting for during my office hours on Tuesdays, or you want to talk about a recipe or whatever. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. We hope to see you again.